Hello, and welcome to today's Flow into Yoga Vinyasa Flow class. So happy to have you here today. So today we'll be focusing on a warrior Vinyasa flow that feels good for the hips. Also, I'm going to be posting this class today to YouTube. So if you do not know me, my name is Tonya. I am the founder of yogabytonya.com. And if your hips or lower back have been feeling tight or achy, and you want real support starting building a consistent yoga practice, please check the link below in the comments. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start today in a child's pose. So knees can be together or wide apart, shifting the hips back towards the heels, walking the palms towards the top of the mat. Forehead rests down. So just taking just a few breaths here to connect to your body and your breath, anchoring to the breath, anchoring to the moment. And the breath is deep. The breath is spacious. The breath is smooth. The breath is easy. And the breath is continuous. Feeling and noticing the expansion of the inhale into the belly. As you exhale, you're softening, releasing any tension or gripping into the pull of gravity. Expand on the inhale. As you exhale, soften. Good. And on your next inhale, just begin to make your way back up into your tabletop. Walk your knees so they're hip width apart. Big starfish hands here. And just beginning to add any movement that feels good to the body, maybe even just closing the eyes. There's no right or wrong here. Just giving yourself and your body what you need, connecting to the breath. Good. And then coming back to your tabletop, you're going to drop to the chin, chest, belly. Inhale, lifting the head and shoulders and feet, coming into locust. You're light on your hands here, elbows hugging. Gaze is down your nose. Good. And then pressing through tabletop, shifting back to your child's pose. Exhale. Inhale, round through the spine. Coming to your tabletop, walk your knees so they're width apart. And let's go ahead and shift the weight into the right hand. Inhale, reach those left fingertips towards the ceiling. And then exhale, we're going to flow. So bring the arm underneath the body, shoulder and cheek hover and thread the needle. And then inhale, reach back up. You got two more. Exhale, bring the arm underneath the body, shoulder and cheek hover. And as you inhale, you reach up. As you exhale, you're coming down, shoulder and cheek come to the mat to thread the needle. Right palm can stay where it's at. You can walk it to the top of the mat or come into a half. Again, your breath, your inhale is spacious, expanded. As you exhale, you're softening into the pole of gravity, just releasing. Plant your right palm to the mat, press the mat away, reach those left fingertips up towards the ceiling, and then coming back to your tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly, cow. Exhale, round the spine, cat. Really press the mat away. Inhale to a neutral spine, shifting weight into the left palm. Reach those right fingertips up. Exhale, thread the arm underneath the body, shoulder and cheek hover. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release down. Inhale, reach up. And then exhale, bring that arm and shoulder all the way to the mat. Inhale, expand. Exhale, release. 3 to 5 breaths here. And you're going to plant the left palm to the mat, press the mat away, reach those right fingertips up. Coming back to your tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly, cow. Exhale, round the spine, cat. Inhale to a neutral spine, drop to the chin, chest, belly. Inhale, lifting up into locust. Maybe this time you reach your fingers towards your feet. Gaze is down your nose. Plant your palms to the mat. Shift through table. Shift back to child's. Exhale. Inhale, round through the spine to tabletop. Knees are hip width apart. Extend the left leg long. And then reach those right fingertips forward. Maybe look forward. As you exhale, round the spine, elbow and knee touch. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round it. Inhale, extend. Exhale, round in. Inhale, extend, pause. And then coming back to tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly, cow. Exhale, round the spine, cat. Coming to a neutral spine, again, walk your knees so they're hip width apart, and then extend that right leg long. Option to stay here or reach those left fingertips forward, maybe. Inhale. As you exhale, you round the spine, elbow and knee touch. Inhale, extend, and exhale, round it. You got a couple more. Coming to this extended bird dog, you're just holding. And then coming back to tabletop. Inhale, drop your belly, cow. Exhale, round the spine, cat. Really press the mat away, head is heavy. Inhale to a neutral spine, tuck your toes, lift your hips to your down dog. When you get to your down dog, maybe just pedal the feet, shift the hips from side to side. In your down dog, your gaze is between your big toes, your head is heavy. You're really pressing the mat away as you lift those hips up towards the ceiling and back towards the mat. Inhale, bend your knees, look to the top of the mat. As you exhale, you walk or step between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Head is the last to lift. Exhale, your palms to heart center. About 3 breaths here, just connecting to the breath. Inhale, reaching up into extended mountain. Interlace the fingers, make a pistol mudra. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale to center. Exhale with the arms sloped behind the back. So here you can interlace the fingers, or if you can't do that, or just have some mobility issues there, place your palms on your sacrum. Fingers are pointing down. Now lift the breastbone towards the ceiling, but keep the chin slightly tucked. Lifting up through the breastbone. From here, exhale, forward fold. Keep the bind or release it, belly to thighs. Inhale, bend into the knees, lifting up into chair to extend it. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, reaching up into extended mountain. Interlace the fingers, make a pistol mudra, reach to the right. Exhale. Inhale through center. And then exhale, reach to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, bring the arms behind you. You can bind or not. And then lift the breastbone up, little back bend. Exhale, forward fold, belly to thighs. Inhale, bend into the knees to chair. And then to extend it, exhale, palms through heart center. One more. Inhale, reaching up, interlace fingers. To exhale, reach to the right. Inhale to center. And as you exhale, reach to the left. Inhale, center. Then exhale, bring the palms behind the back, bind or not, and lift the breastbone up. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend into the knees to chair. To extended. Exhale, palms to heart center. Good. Inhale, reaching up into extended mountain. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift with a flat back. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank. Dropping to the knees, the chin, chest, belly. And inhale, lifting up into cobra. Gaze is down your nose. Exhale, release. Tuck your toes and make your way to your down dog. In your down dog, take a deep full in breath. Exhale, release. Inhale, bend your knees. Look to the top of the mat. Walk or step between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Exhale, palms through heart center. Good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank. So an option here to drop to the knees, chin, chest, belly, move through cobra, or shift forward on your toes, lower halfway to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Make your way to your down dog. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, bend the knees, look to the top of the mat, walk or step between. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach all the way up into extended mountain. And then as you exhale, forward fold. And inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat, walk or step back to your plank. Option for cobra or up dog, and make your way to your down dog. Good. In your down dog, maybe you want to pedal the feet or not. You have about 3 breaths here. And then you're going to inhale the left leg long. Option to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then gently step this left foot forward. Plant to the back foot down. Inhale, reaching up into your warrior one. So let's go ahead and just bring our palms to our hips or even to your heart here. We're just gonna add just a little bit of movement here. What I want you to do is just find your foot and leg foundation. Generally, our toes are pointing to the top of the mat, but not everyone can do that due to bony structure issues. And the knife edge of the foot is firmly planted to the mat. So just adjust your stance here. And then maybe come into extended warrior. We're exhaling to a warrior two, adjusting this back foot, heel to arch alignment, bend into that front knee, shoulders are over your hips. Exhale, side angle lunge. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. And then you're going to exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step that left leg back and go or flow to your down dog. Taking your time, choosing what works best for you. In your down dog, inhale. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the left leg, right leg long. Option to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then gently step that right foot forward. Plant the back foot down. And then inhale, lifting up into this warrior. Beginning warrior here. So I really want you to just kind of move here. Just find a nice solid foundation of the feet and legs. And maybe extended warrior, if that feels okay with your shoulders. Maybe look up if that feels okay with your neck. Breath is deep and spacious. On your next exhale, warrior two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, planting your palms to the mat. Step that leg back, go or flow to down dog. In your down dog, take a deep full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the left leg long, option to bend the knees, stack the hips, and then gently step left foot forward, plant the back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. And exhale to side angle. Inhale, lift up, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Then exhale, plant the palms to the mat. Step the leg back, go or flow to down dog. In down dog, take a deep pull in breath. Stay with the exhale. Inhale, right leg long, option bend the knees, stack the hips. And then step that right foot forward, plant the back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, side angle. And your next exhale, or inhale rather, reverse warrior. Then exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. And then exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Step the leg back, go or flow to your down. Bend into the knees, look to the top of the mat, walk the step between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Just coming into ragdoll here, so you can let your arms and head be heavy. You can come into a bind. You can add movement or just be static. The breath is smooth and easy. And then from here, you're going to slowly begin to roll up. So go slow. Allow the arms and head to be heavy. Slow, slower. Imagine you're stacking your vertebrae, top of one another. Head's the last to lift. If you get dizzy, look at the floor. Good. Inhale, reach the palms up towards the ceiling. Maybe look up. Exhale, let the arms float slowly down to the side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, let the arms float slowly down. Bring your palms to your heart center. Step your feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. If you have a block, you can use your block here or not. So we're coming in to this Malasana flow, and I know, recognize, or appreciate that some people are not able or don't have a lot of mobility here to squat all the way down, and that's fine. You just come as far as you need to, and then you just adjust. You can use blocks. So just go ahead and modify. So we're going to come, inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And again, you can use a block here. Turn the toes so they're pointing to the corner edges of the mat. And you're sitting down into your Malasana. If you don't have a block here, make sure you lengthen it up through the upper spine here, not concaving down. Exhale, plant the palms to the block or mat. Lift the hips up. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into a 5-point star. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, sitting down, Malasana. Taking your time. Exhale, release the palms to the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into a mini 5-point star. Last one. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, sitting down, Malasana. Exhale, plant the palms to the mat. Inhale, half lift. Move any props out of your way. Step your feet so they're hip width apart. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank. Go or flow to your down dog. Hang about 3 breaths in your down dog. And then inhale the right leg long. Bend the knee. Bend the knee and step that right foot forward. High crescent lunge is next. You might want to have your blocks here handy. So bend into this front knee, lifting up into high crescent lunge. So your heel can be over the ball of the foot, or you can plant that back foot down. If you're struggling with balance, you can always drop to this back knee. It's also helpful to lift that back thigh towards the ceiling, maybe look up. Exhale, bring your palms to your heart center. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twisting, prayer twist to the right. So you can keep it high, bring this elbow to the outside edge of your right thigh. Connect to your breath. Exhale, release the left palm either to the mat or even a block here, right palm to your hip, or maybe reach those right fingertips towards the ceiling. Try to stack your shoulders and wrists here. But no, that's not the most important thing in this pose. And exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Listen, we're going to drop this back foot down. And inhale, we're going to come into a side angle lunge. So adjust your feet here, your stance. And then from here, bring your left palm to your left hip, straighten your right leg. So we're moving into triangle. Notice how my spine stays nice and straight. I'm not concaving down, a nice straight line here. You can reach those left fingertips up, or reach the right palm or fingers down, or even use a block here for support. This isn't about reaching the floor with the right hand, not at all. So you're lengthening through the spine, really pressing the mat away with the feet. We're reaching in opposite directions with the fingers, really active here. Bend into your knee, plant the palms to the mat, step the leg back, go or flow to your down dog. When you get to your down dog, just take a child's pose. If you need to let the shoulders rest, bring the palms back by your ankles. The breath is deep and easy. The breath is spacious and smooth. The breath is continuous. And inhale, just lifting up into your table. Tuck your toes, reach your hips to down dog. Inhale, the left leg long. And then step that left foot forward. High crescent lunge is next. Taking your time, adjusting your stance. Shoulders move away from the ears. Jaw is soft. Connect to your breath. Palms come to your heart. Inhale, lengthen, and then exhale, twisting to the left. Stay here or just begin to come into revolved crescent lunge. And then exhale, plant the palms to the mat and drop this back foot down, coming in into our side angle lunge. Now you can always go a little deeper in your side angle. So choose. And then from here, you're just going to straighten this left leg. You can bring this right palm to your hip. You can stay here, begin to incorporate your arms into this pose triangle. Press the mat away with the feet, lengthen them through the spine, reach in opposite directions with the arms. Connect to your breath. Bend into this front knee, plant the palms to the mat. Listen, we're stepping the right foot up to meet the left. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Just coming into ragdoll. As you exhale, you're releasing tension, softening the body. Gaze is soft. You have a bind, release it. Look at your feet. Make sure they're hip width apart. Heels are in the same line. And then you're going to slowly go slow. Begin to stack the vertebrae coming to Tadasana. Go slow. Get dizzy, look at the floor. 3 breaths. Good. We're going to come into a balancing pose next. Let's just go ahead and let's just keep it simple. Let's just come into tree today. So, Tadasana, I always like to start in Tadasana. Feet are hip width apart, stacking joints. So your hips are over ankles, shoulders are over hips, fingers reach down, and you lengthen through the spine. So imagine I have a string attached to the crown of the head and the tailbone. I'm pulling in opposite directions. Palms come to your heart. Shift the weight into your left foot. Lift that right knee up. Open the knee like a book. And you can place your foot to the inside of the ankle, the calf, or the thigh. Always use your toes as a kickstand, avoiding the knee. Maybe reach the arms away from you. Reach the arms up. If you want to challenge, you look up or close your eyes. Palms come back to your heart and gently step out of that. Any movement that you need to do, go ahead and do that. And you make way back to Tadasana. Palms to your heart. Shift the weight into the right foot. Lift that left knee up. Open the knee like a book. Tree. Maybe reach the palms away from you. Reach up. Look up. Or not. Palms come back to your heart. Gently step out of that. We're going to go through that one more time. Starting in Tadasana. Palms to your heart. Lift that right knee up. Tree. Connect to the breath, anchoring to the breath. If you're struggling with balance, it's helpful to find a spot on the floor or drishti. Softly gaze at it. And when you're ready, gently step out. Shifting the weight into the right foot, lift that left knee up, tree. Coming back to Tadasana. Good. Inhale, reach the palms toward extended mountain. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, you're going to step the feet a little bit wider than hip width apart. You're going to come back into a forward fold, maybe a ragdoll here. So your feet are a little bit wider than hip width apart. Add a little bit of movement here. Good, and then plant the palms to the mat. Walk through the feet so they're hip width apart. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. And we're just gonna I'm gonna step my left leg back, quarter turn to the long edge of the mat. So you can really step either foot back. You probably wanna be facing your screen so you can see what we're doing here. Maybe you have a block handy. Inhale, half lift. Then exhale, forward fold. Shifting the weight towards the balls of the feet. Head is heavy. Focus on your breath. The breath is deep. The breath is spacious. The breath is smooth. The breath is easy. The breath is continuous. And you're going to bend into the left knee with a skater lunge to the left side. You can bring your block or not. And then we're going to skater lunge to the right. Skater lunge to the left. And then skater lunge to the right. Good, planting the palms to the mat on either side of the right foot. Step that right leg back and go or flow to your down dog. Go ahead and bend into the knees and come to our sit bones. I'm going to come into Baddha Konasana or butterfly here. So soles of the feet come together. You can grab onto your ankles and help lengthen. An option here just to exhale, forward fold. So if you're having some issues like I am with external rotation, you always just plant the feet down, hold on to the backs of the thighs, and hug the belly to the thighs and let the head hang heavy. You also don't have to forward fold. I'm not going to forward fold. Gaze is soft. Good. If you're forward folding, just begin to lift back up. Plant the palms behind you or your fingertips. Lift the breastbone up, keep the chin tucked a little back. Good. And then coming back to center, you're going to extend the legs long in front of you, so staff pose. Either toes or feet and toes are dorsiflexed here. And bend this left knee. Place the foot to the inside or the outside edge of your thigh, your right thigh. Hug that knee into your chest. Left fingertips come behind you just to support the spine here. Just you don't want to be concaving down. You want to lift up. You bring the right elbow to the outside edge of the knee, and then you're just going to twist on your exhale to the left. Maybe look over your shoulder. Notice your breath. And then release, extend the legs long, back into step. Really lengthening through the spine, not concave. Good, and bending into the right knee, planting the foot to the inside or the outside edge of the thigh. Hug the knee to the chest, support the spine. Inhale, lengthen. And as you exhale, you're twisting to the right. Exhale, release, coming back into staff. Good. You're gonna bend your knees, plant the feet to the mat. I like to turn my fingertips so they're pointing to the top of the mat. My palms are on the mat. We're just going to come into reverse tabletop. Inhale, lift up the hips. Exhale, release the hips down. And then you're going to come and sit up on your hips like this. Your feet are planted. Reach the arms forward. Shoulders move away from the ears. You can put your palms to the mat. We're going to lower our spine slowly to the mat. So you don't want to concave here. If you're concaving, then use your hands here for support. This is a slow movement. If you find your gravity starting to pull you, make sure you grab yourself with your core and your lower back here. Chin stays tucked. And then when you get there, just take a full body stretch. As you exhale, hug your knees to your chest. Maybe rock side to side. Good. And planting the feet to the mat. Plant the palms to the mat. Externally rotate your shoulders here. Feet are hip width apart. You're really finding the four corners of the feet here. Pressing them into the mat to begin to lift your hips towards the ceiling. Thighs hug towards one another. Chin lifts away from the chest. Bridge. Exhale, release the hips down. Inhale. Stay for the exhale. And inhale, lift your hips back up into bridge. Maybe this time you want to bind the hands underneath the hips or bend the elbows to 90 degrees. And then exhale, release down. And then just go ahead and lift your knees up. You're going to come into some variation of happy baby here. You can hold on to the backs of the thighs, the tops of the shins, or your feet. Whatever you're doing, you want to make sure that your lower back stays on the mat here and you're not lifting up your sacrum away from the mat. Really important. Good. You're going to plant the left foot to the mat. Interlace the fingers behind your thigh here. Just rest the thigh into the interlaced fingers. And point and flex your toes, your foot, and maybe draw some circles. Right, and then hinging the knee. Good. And then either leave your hand on the back of the thigh or place it on the knee. You're going to begin to draw some circles with the knee. Make sure your left hip stays on the mat. We're just moving the femur head in the hip socket. Then reverse, go in the opposite direction. And then plant the foot to the mat, feet are hip width apart. Inhale, lift your hips up, bridge. Exhale, release the hips down. And then lift that left leg up and release the fingers behind the thigh. Point and flex the foot. Draw some circles. Reverse. Hinge the knee. Good. Hold on to the back of the thigh or the knee. And just drawing some circles. Not a big movement here. Reversing, go in the opposite direction. Good, and then plant the foot to the mat. Inhale, lift your hips up into bridge. Exhale, release down. Inhale, take a full body stretch. Reach through the fingertips, point through the toes. Good. Bend your knees, plant your feet to the mat. This time, do some circles with the wrists. And then turn your palms so they face up. And you're going to hinge at the elbows. Bring the fingertips to the tops of the shoulders and draw some circles with the elbows. And reverse, go in the opposite direction. And release. This time, bring the left palm to the top of the head. Gently pull that left ear towards the left shoulder. Release. Head comes back to center. This time, our right palm comes to the top of the head. You're just gently pulling or doing a little pressure there for the right ear to right shoulder. Good, release. Inhale, lift the hips into bridge. Exhale, release the hips down. Stack your knees over your hips. Exhale the knees to the left side, supine twist. Inhale the knees back to center, plant the feet down. I like to lift the hips up just to give a little bit of symmetry. And then stack the knees over the hips. Exhale the knees to the right. Shoulders stay on the mat. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back into center. This time hug your knees to your chest and maybe lift the head and shoulders, tight little ball. And then exhale, releasing into Shavasana. I like to externally rotate my shoulders here, make a shell for my heart. Close your eyes. Take a deep in breath. Exhale, release. Shavasana. There's a movement to the fingers and toes. Maybe rotating the joints. Gaze is soft. Inhale, full body stretch. As you exhale, bend your knees, roll to the right side in a fetal position. Just allowing some space here, space for gratitude, space for self-care. And then when you're ready, gently press yourself up into an easy seat position. Bring your palms to your heart space. Bow your head. We're going to spend just a few breaths here in silence. May there be peace in your thoughts. May there be peace in your words. May there be peace in your heart. And may you share that with all beings. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed practicing with me, please come join my online membership at yogabytonya.com. We practice together live every week, 3 times a week, and you get replays when life gets too busy. Thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.